Disclaimer: this video may contain copyrighted material, the use of which has not been specifically authorized by the copyright owner. Under the Philippine law, this material is being made available within this transformative content for the purpose of criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research, under the principle of fair use as provided for in Republic Act Number 8293, also known as Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines. We believe this constitutes a fair use of any such copyrighted material. If you wish to use copyrighted material from this video for the purpose that go beyond fair use, you must obtain permission from the copyright owner. Any copyright infringement is unintentional and will be addressed promptly upon notification. So yun, hello. As we go beyond, malapit na tayo matapos sa ating topic with technical report writing, and yeah, kamusta kayo? And congratulations at mga 4th year na kayo. So yeah, with our subtopic, this step, hello, welcome everyone. This technical report writing 1 with our subtopic is punctuations. So yeah, ako to, then obra, and our book reference from our very first day is the book of F.B. Paduyao, Dr. F.B. Paduyao, year 2021, Technical Report Writing and Presentation in the Philippines. So, punctuations. Start tayo with colon, okay? Ang colon, ito ay introductory device used to enumerate or explain or extend an idea already introduced. So, ang colon is parang introductory, is a device to use to introduce at para mag-enumerate. At i-explain siya, in-extend yung idea na nasabi na before. Diba? Ang itsura ng colon is, yeah, we have, itsura ng colon, papakita ko yun sa inyo. Yung colon, yung taas baba ang ang tuldok, diba? Makakita na kayo ng ganon. So, A, ginagamit ng colon bago ang mga listahan ng mga following independent clause, diba? Tulad nito, example. A tree has many parts, colon, the leaves, the branches, and the trunk. So, as you can see, nagbibigay ito ng listahan ng mga following na independent clause na connected dun sa nauna ng sabi, which is yung puno, which is the tree. Okay, gets? Ikalawa pong ginagpanggamit ng colon is, ginagamit to introduce a sentence that summarize or explain the sentence before it. Kunwari, she was absent for 10 days. She went with her friend to Mindanao. Diba? So, ginagamit ng colon para i-summarize o paiksiin o explain yung salitang o yung pangungusap na sinabi na nauna. Okay, tulad nito, dahil she was absent for 10 days at dahil daw siya absent ay dahil pumunta siya sa friend niya sa Mindanao. So, another, letter C, ginagamit to introduce a formal appositive that follows an independent clause. Tulad nito, the police officer has one problem, colon, jealousy. Okay? D, ginagamit to bago ang announcement. Okay? Katulad to, ladies and gentlemen, colon, we will have no class tomorrow. Diba? Letter E, ginagamit din ng colon para mag-introduce ng quotation. Diba? Without he or she said expression. Okay? Na hindi nilagay na he said or she said. Diba? Tulad nito, our pastor has tried to instill into hearts of all believers, colon, be born again. Diba? So, sinasabi yun ni pastor and hindi nilagay na he said, pero pinalitan lang ng colon. Okay. Ginagamit din ng colon for emphasis. Katulad nito, for much I know, this much I know, no, colon, you have to exercise to build your muscles. Para i-emphasis, diba? At ginagamit din ang colon with special writing, katulad ng salutation, tulad ito, dear sir, colon. Ginagamit din siya sa Bible reference, John 14:6. Ginagamit din siya sa oras, diba? 10:30 o'clock. Sa titles, ginagamit siya recollection, colon, my journey, and the PNP. Okay? Semicolon naman. Kung kanina yung colon, ngayon, saan ba ginagamit yung semicolon? Ang semicolon ay kinoconnect niya ang dalawang independent clause closely related sa isang thought at isang structure. At tinatanggal din nila yung ng semicolon yung posibilidad ng pagkalito sa mga sentences with other internal punctuation as commas. Tulad nito, links to related independent clauses not joined by coordinating conjunction, but and not, nor, or yet, so yet, for so yet. So, ginagamit ang colon para i-connect ang dalawang bagay o dalawang clauses kahit hindi ka gumamit ng coordinating conjunction. Tulad nito, Police Corporal Juan Tamad has tried his best to arrest the suspect. At least gumamit siya ng but, diba? Or anumang coordinating conjunction, nag-semicolon na lang siya. Semicolon, he was not successful. Gets? Tulad nito, Police Corporal Juan Tamad has tried his best to arrest the suspect, colon, semicolon, but he was not successful. Okay? So, pwedeng ilagay na yung colon, ilagay pa yung coordinating conjunction. Ginagamit din ng colon para i-separate o paghiwalay yung dalawang independent clauses na punctuated internally by commas. Tulad nito, number 1, he has been teaching police patrol, criminal investigation, and traffic operation, but he did not finish any related course. Okay? So, walang semicolon, di ba? So, hindi niya na-separate yung dalawang mahabang independent clauses. So, dito, gagamitan niya na yan ng semicolon. O, tingnan yung number 2. Nilagyan niya ng semicolon. He has been teaching police patrol, criminal investigation, and traffic operation, semicolon, she did not finish any related courses. Diba? Sa halip na gamitin yung but, nilagay niya lang yung semicolon, she did not finish any related courses. Number 3, Pepita has eaten bananas, apples, grapes, and guavas, but she has not even seen papayas, mangoes, and jackfruits. So, lagyan natin ng semicolon kasi masyadong mahaba yung dalawang independent clauses. Pepita has eaten bananas, apples, grapes, and guavas, but has not even, semicolon, pero di niya nilagyan ng but, semicolon, she has not even seen papayas, mangoes, and jackfruits. Isa pang gamit ng semicolon ay ginagamit to before words such as, for example, for instance, namely, or that is, which introduce sa example, enumeration, or items in series. So, ginagamit ng semicolon bago maglagay ng example. Okay? Katulad nito, kunwari, there are 5 police officers presented during the briefing. Diba? Kung magbibigay siya, mag-i-enumerate siya ng 5 police officer, gagamit siya ng semicolon. Namely, diba? Police Major Odan, diba? Police Executive Master Sergeant Pablo, and so on and so forth, diba? So, para mag-enumerate ka, you have to use semicolon. Ginagamit din ng semicolon para i-connecta yung magka-relate naman, connected na independent clauses na pinagsama by using of conjunctive adverb, diba? Hence, in fact, nevertheless, therefore, however, for example, on the other hand, thus. So, yon. Katulad ng example, diba? Yon, was not promoted, tapos gumamit siya ng semicolon, nevertheless, he was able to prove himself. And ganun din dito, not unless, comma, was able to arrest the suspect. So, ginagamit din ng semicolon between item listed in a series if each of the item is followed by a possessive material. Katulad nito, there are 3 municipalities with less number of rhyme. Hingyon, Ifugao, semicolon, Sablan, Benguet, semicolon, and Natolen, Mount Province. Another example is the roll call trainees was attended by Police Major Juan, Chief of Police, Police Lieutenant Popo, Deputy Chief of Police, and Police Executive Master Sergeant Pedro, Chief Investigator, gumamit ng semicolon, and Police Executive Master Sergeant Pepe, Warrant Officer, semicolon, and Patrolman Pilot, Food Traffic Officer. So, nakikita nyo, ginamit yung semicolon para i-ano yung pagkasunod-sunod na although magkakarelate. Katulad nito, di ba, Police Major Juan, siya kasi yung Chief of Police. Tapos semicolon ulit, si Police Lieutenant Popo, siya yung Deputy Chief of Police. Semicolon ulit, and so on and so forth. Diba? Kapag merong kasunod na title or oppositive material na tinatawag natin, and then sunod ng semicolon na. Kama. So, alam naman natin kung paano, saan ginagamit ang kama, diba? Ang kama ay ginagamit para i-separate o magpaghiwalayin ang dalawang non-essential information expression. Katulad dito, Police Executive Master Sergeant Juan, the man with a million moves, is a committed officer. Kalusa, grinding widely from ear to ear, Hagus the police officer. Patrolman Pedro, who owns the best record of arrest, is a rookie officer. The accused, accompanied by her lawyer, answered question from the media. So, that's the use of comma. Another gamit ng comma ay gamit ng comma ay ginagamit ito sa mga salita o phrases na nag-i-interrupt sa flow ng sentence. Katulad nito, si Patrol Juan, not unless, arrested the fleeing criminal. Ganun din, I know, gentlemen and ladies, that you do 100 push-up. So, ganun. Also, nagsiseparate din siya ng coordinate adjective that are equal in rank. Ginagamit din ng comma para paghiwalay ng adjective na equal in rank. Katulad ng Police Executive Master Sergeant Pablo used a pair of old, faded police uniform. Every station should submit a well-planned, ordered, organized report. Hinihiwalay din ng yung mga parts ng dates at ng mga addresses. Katulad na ito, example, the retired police officer was born on January 1, 1961. She will visit Bakun, Benguet. Ginagamit din ng para paghiwalay ng mga salita o phrases na nag-e-express ng contrast. Katulad nito, the police officer, not the soldiers, gained the trust of community. Ginagamit din ng para paghiwalay ng mga pangalan galing sa mga salitang incorporated, senior, at etc. Tulad nito, Juan Taman, junior, likes to be police officer. Ginagamit din ng para paghiwalay ng dalawang set ng figures o dalawang identical words. Katulad ng, please give me 5, 1s, and 9, 3s. So, where she was, was not established. Ginagamit din ng for mild interjection, katulad ng, hey, I did not do it. Ginagamit din ng bago mag-tag ng question sa end ng sentence. Tulad ng, you arrested the suspect, didn't you? Ginagamit ang to set, sa set ng words na ginagamit sa direct address. Katulad ng, keep quiet, ladies. Ginagamit din ang after the salutation of personal letter and closing of all letters. Diba? Katulad ng, dear Handref, truly yours, My ever dearest one, comma, very respectfully yours, comma. Ginagamit siya sa bating pangwakas at bating panimula sa mga letters, di ba? Ginagamit din ng comma bago ang conjunction para paghiwalay ng dalawang independent clauses sa isang compound sentence. Tulad nito to, the suspect ran as fast as he could, comma, but he was arrested by the police officer when he fell into manhole. Ginagamit ang comma para paghiwalay ng mga items sa series ng in a series, yung mga magkakasunod tulad ng words, phrases, and clauses. Mga salita na nasa series, cat, comma, dog, comma, rabbits, and birds are favorite pets, diba? Sa phrases, pag magka-series, in series, he working as police officer by patrolling the street, comma, investigating crimes, and making reports. Ginagamit din ang comma sa clauses, tulad dito, during the conference, comma, the patrolman prepared the venue, comma, supervisor welcomed all participants, comma, and the chief of police made the briefing. Ginagamit ng comma before introductory words, phrases, or clauses. If you wish to study wisely, comma, you will top the class. To choose the right partner, comma, you pray and fast. Tandaan, ang comma ay hindi niya sineset up ang restrictive clause, the use of who, that, which. Tulad nito, I will salute the police officer who will top the board exam. Diba? Walang comma before who, diba? The long-tailed dog runs after cats, comma, which eat unripe banana. Mali yun ha, kasi there should be no comma before which. Wala pong comma bago ang which, who, what, where, when, di ba? Kasi hindi niyo mo siniset off yung mga restrictive clauses. Gamit ang comma. Hyphen. Hyphen na tayo. Gamit ng mga hyphen ay ito. Hindi to yung boy group ha. Hyphen to. Ito yung mga gamit ng hyphen. Ginagamit to para makagawa ka ng isang compound word when it is an adjective or adverb placed before a noun. Tulad ng long-legged hyphen legged woman. Ginagamit din ng hyphen openly minded. Ginagamit dito, 'di ba? Open hyphen mindedly. Dito, plunger hyphen type device. Half hyphen heartedly. Trouble hyphen pre-process. So, yun. Ginagamit yung hyphen para pag makabuo ng compound word. Ginagamit din yung hyphen in prepositional phrases. Use an adjective katulad ng behind hyphen the hyphen back pass. Under hyphen the hyphen table transaction. Below hyphen the hyphen belt accusation. So, yun, nakita nyo? Ginagamit din ng hyphen para maiwasan yung pagkalito by being misread, katulad ng energy hyphen producing cell. Foreign hyphen car buyers. Foreign car hyphen buyers. Re-hyphen treat, diba? To treat again, diba? 8 hyphen hours shift. Cement hyphen like texture. Re hyphen press to press again. Ito pa yung mga gamit ng hyphen. Ginagamit ng hyphen para sa compound modifiers formed from a quantity in unit of measurement. Tulad ng a beam 3 inches wide. We use hyphen by this. A 3 hyphen inches hyphen wide beam. Ginagamit din ng hyphen dito. A journey of 8 miles. An 8 hyphen mile journey. Ginagamit din ng hyphen a single capital letter in a noun or participle. Tulad ng hyphen frame, I hyphen beam, T hyphen square, and B hyphen shape. Ginagamit din ng hyphen sa numbers from 21 hyphen 99 when used before a noun and fraction. when they are spelled out. Pag in-spelling sila, no? Sa mga number lang to na 21 hanggang 99, ha? Tulad ito to, 20-7 jobs. 30-4 kilogram. Sorry, masyadong maingay dito. So, ginagamit din ng hyphen for complex fraction if they cannot be typed in small numbers. Diba? Tulad ng 1-3 over 16 miles. Ginagamit din ng hyphen for adjective plus participle. Katulad ng a motor vehicle that is orange in color. Magiging an orange hyphen color motor vehicle. Para nga mas maiksi siya, diba? Kasi diba sa report writing natin, mas magandang konting na letters or words ang gamitin. A police officer who is onion in skin, balat sibuyas, diba? So, gagamitin nila an onion hyphen skin police officer. Ginagamit din ng hyphen sa mga compound made from half, all, or across, or cross, tulad ng half hyphen finish, all hyphen encompassing, cross hyphen country. Ginagamit din naman ang hyphen para i-divide yung mga words sa end ng line for typewriters, katulad ng between double consonants and type words that do not fit the paper margin. Diba? Pagka, albawa, diba nagta-type tayo sa typewriter tapos wala nang space, diba? Kunwari ang word is country tapos hindi sumakto, ang nakuha mo lang na word ay count lang. So i-hyphen mo siya, ibig sabihin yung kasunod niya nasa ibaba, ganun siya, diba? Ito ng copper, middle, diba? So i-hyphen, diba? Pero sa mga typewriter, kahit naman nagsusulat ka ganun, diba? Hina-hyphen natin kasi ibig sabihin may kasunod yun. Ito yung mga hindi natin hina-hyphenate, yung li, sa adverb-adjective combination, recently, altered system, ganyan. Yan, hindi yan hina-hyphen, diba? Yung li sa adverb plus participle, yung ing at ed, katulad ng highly rewarding job, wala pong hyphen yan. Poorly motivating instructors, yan. Sa mga chemical terms, hindi rin po hina-hyphen yan, hydrogen peroxide, silver nitrate. Sa color, pati color, pink, orange uniform, wala pong hyphen yan. Yung mga ini-spell as one-word compounds na formed by following prefixes, wala pong hyphen yan. Okay? Katulad ng anti, over, pseudo, super, under, co, post, re, supra, mid, infra, pres, semi, ultra, ex, non, pro, sub, on, self. Again, wala pong hyphen na gagamitin dyan. Pero may exemption tayo sa rule na yan. Gagamitin ng hyphen kung ang second element ay capitalized. Katulad nito, pre. Diba yung pre walang hyphen? Pero kung ang second element ay capital letter like Spanish era, meron na pong hyphen. Ikalawang exemption, kung ang second element is figure like number, katulad ng pre, lalagyan natin ng hyphen kasi 1990 yung susunod na element. At ikatlong exemption is para iwasan natin yung possible na hindi siya maintindihan. Like recover, kasi diba hindi tayo gagamit ng hyphen. Pero kung para naman hindi siya hindi siya ma-misunderstood, lalagyan natin ng hyphen. Like recover or unionized. Like this. Kasi pag recover, pwedeng dalawa ang magiging sabihin nun, diba? Katulad ng ma-recover siya sa sakit o ulitin ng pag-cover. So, parang hindi siya ma-misunderstood, lalagyan mo siya ng hyphen. Kasi diba pag ganito kasi, ibig sabihin nito, naka-hyphen, ibig sabihin, uulitin ng pag-cover. Pag dinugtong mo kasi, ibig sabihin, maka-recover siya sa sakit. Diba? So, yan, lalagyan mo ng hyphen para mag-gets. Apostrophe. Ginagamit ng apostrophe para mag-indicate ng possession, contraction, at some plurals. Katulad ng possession, di ba? Number 1. Add an S to show possession by singular nouns. Para nga naman, it's a possession. Katulad nito, a machine's parts, di ba? Para makaano ng possession yung parts nun, na yung parts ay sa machine, maglalagay po ng apostrophe sa taas. Tulad nito, a package contents. Para magkaroon ng possession yung package sa contents, lalagyan po ng apostrophe. Diba? Ginagamit din ng apostrophe, maglalagay tayo ng S apostrophe S para magpakita ng plural nouns na hindi na do not end in S. Plural siya pero hindi siya sa S. Tulad nito, women's club, diba? The ship's brain, diba? Although woman is plural but wala siyang S sa dulo, so lalagyan mo siya ng apostrophe na S. Katulad din ng ship, nalagyan siya ng S, diba? Apostrophe S. Ginagamit din ang apostrophe. Mag-add ka lang ng apostrophe kung sa plural nouns ng ending ay S. Wala na siyang apostrophe S, apostrophe na lang kasi yung plural na yun may S na sa dulo eh. Tulad nito, 3 machine parts, diba? The company's manager, apostrophe na lang siya. Ginagamit din ng apostrophe for proper names that end in S. Use the same rule. Bawa nito, 10 Jones job and the Joneses banana plantation. Nakita mo? Jones, wala. Ganun din. Lalagyan ng apostrophe S. Si Joneses naman is apostrophe na lang sa taas. Huwag po mag-a-add ng apostrophe sa mga possessive pronouns katulad ng theirs, ours, or its. We use also apostrophe for contradiction. Indicate the 2 or more words that had been condensed in one. As general rule, do not use contradiction in formal reports and business letter. Tulad ng I will, I'll. There are, there. It is, it's. Should have, should. Diba? Plurals for plurals of letters, abbreviations, numbers, use apostrophe only to avoid confusion. Tulad ng XS, YS, ZS, Booms, 1990s, CCJEs. Last, it's not, hindi pa to last. Sa quotation marks naman tayo at parentheses. Anong gamit nito? For quotation marks, ginagamit to sa beginning at sa huli ng passage na nagko-contains ng exact words ng ibang tao o sinabi ng ibang tao. Yung tinatawag natin quote-unquote, diba? May quotation marks yun. Pag direct quotation, according to Paduyaw 2014, nobody could go to heaven unless he passes through Jesus Christ. Page 7, diba? Paduyaw said that nobody could go to heaven unless he passes through Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Kaya, meron pong quotation marks. Pag single quotation marks naman, quotation siya within a quotation. Tulad nito. Kasi di ba may double quotation tayo. Pag single quotation naman, nasa loob naman siya ng quotation. Tulad ito, the suspect said, run away. The witness told the investigator. So, yun, may single quotation sa loob kasi nasa loob siya ng quotation marks. Ginagamit din ng quotation marks sa mga short works, short title ng works. Katulad ng, ang favorite poem ni Jose ay Putol by Pepe Pepito. Yung Putol is use quotation marks. Ginagamit din ng quotation marks sa mga words single out for special attention like lift. It's a British word for elevator. Cop is a slang word for police officer. So, yung mga kailangan ng mga words na may kailangan ng attention, ginagamitan ng quotation marks. So, kung kailangan mo ng attention, maglagay ka ng quotation marks. Charot lang. Joke lang yun. Joke lang yun. Parentheses, ginagamit ang parentheses for brief interruption ng meaning para magbigay sa readers ng immediate explanation at clarification at direction. Nag-a-add to ng information about dun sa item. Kato ng acronym ba? The Philippine National Police. Ipa-parentheses mo yung PNP. Maintains peace and order. Kung sa definition, the police officer emphasized on the police omnipresence. Parentheses, the mental condition where would-be criminals fear to commit crimes because of nobody participation on crime prevention. So, ginagamit yung parentheses dito para ipaliwanag yung police omnipresence. Diba? Parentheses pa rin tayo. Ginagamit ng parenthesis para magbigay ng exact data of number. Bawa, this room is 5 meters by 6 meters, can accommodate 100 very fat people. Diba? So, that's parenthesis. Ginagamit din ng parenthesis to add an aside to a sentence. Katulad ng Juan, parenthesis the investigator, who told to report everything about Pedro, parenthesis the suspect. Ginagamit din ng parenthesis to add in the insert direction. The image of the policeman is constantly going down. Parenthesis, see related story on page 7. Para magbigay ng direction, di ba? Ginagamit din ng parenthesis sa mga numbers or letter na may mga series para magbigay ng series o pagkasunod-sunod. As a police officer, I was able to visit parenthesis 1, Darwin, Australia, parenthesis 2, Dili East Timor, and parenthesis 3, Hong Kong. Diba? Pag magpapakita ka ng pagkasunod-sunod ng letters and numbers, gagamit ka ng parenthesis. Ginagamit din ng parenthesis para maglagay ng date ng birth o kapanganakan at pagkamatay ng tao. Katulad ito, Pepe Nicolas, 1990 to 2091, who was well-loved Filipino. Brackets naman tayo. Ginagamit ang brackets sa mga quotation or clarification sa quotation when quoting someone else. Katulad ng the witness said, the suspect was at the crime scene at the time of arson, bracket, Monday, June 1, 2010 at 2:10 in the morning. So, para magbigay na clarification sa mga quotation na kinote lang din ng ibang tao. Ginagamit din ng bracket to insert corrections in quoted material. Diba? Katulad ng nakikita nyo pag nagpo-post yung mga sa balita, 'di ba, na sinabi kunwari ni Saina Barake, sinabi ng artista, 'di ba? Para i-correct yung sinabi nila, maglalagay po dun sa post na 'yon ng bracket, 'di ba? Niya o siya, bawa sinabi ng artista na kasi mga agaw siya. Tapos yung siya, lalagyan nila ng bracket na kung sino man yung taong mga agaw na 'yon. Ganon, 'di ba? Ganon din 'yan sa brackets. Dito, kunwari to. The chief of police said, the principal, bracket SIC, problem is poverty. So, meaning ng meaning ng SIC is thus. In the sentence, the correct word should be principal, not principal. Okay? Parenthesis, ginagamit to make insertion in our own writings, while bracket is used to make insertion in the writings of other people. Kung yung parenthesis daw ginagamit para mag-insert tayo dun sa dagdag nating writing, yung bracket naman magbibigay ka ng insertion sa sinabi o sinulat ng ibang tao. Yung dash naman ginagamit to in less formal, so it emphasize the material it set off. Tulad nito, before the name used after quotation, everything is by God's grace, dash Pedro B. Paduyaw. So, after ng quotation, nilalagay po yung dash na maglalagay po ng pangalan kasi kung sinabi niya yun, that's dash. Ginagamit din ang dash sa dulo ng sentence with a list of series. So, tulad nito, example, si Police Corporal Juan can get sworn statements, draw and take photographs of the crime scene, and gather pieces of evidence, dash all skills a police investigator should have. Ginagamit din ng dash to make a clarification or emphasis sa opposite material. Katulad nito, Juan Tamad, dash the man with million moves, dash was chosen as the MVP. The police officer, dash 2 Filipinos, 5 American, and 1 Italian, dash were lost in the forest. And ginagamit din ng dash to introduce a series less formally than with colon. So, an officer could arm himself with different equipment, dash baton, firearm, and whistle. So, last one, yung ellipsis points. Yung ellipsis point, ito po yung tatlong period na nilalagay to indicate that words has been omitted from quoted passage. Katulad nito. Yung ellipsis po yung tatlong tuldok na magkakasunod, ha? So, di ba may mga ganun nagchat-chat? Pag nagchat-chat, ang daming tuldok sa dulo. Hindi po jejemon yun. Ellipsis points po ata yung ginagamit niya. So, tulad nito, ibig sabihin, pag gumamit ka ng ellipsis point, may tinanggal ka dun sa passage. Diba? According to John 3:16, for God so loved the world, ellipsis point, ibig sabihin, tinanggal niya na yung iba doon. Nagkasunod pa yan, that whosoever believe in Him shall not perish, have been an existing life. So, yan po yung gamit ng patch dash and ellipsis points. So, thank you so much po. Thank you for listening and keep updated for our next topic. So, as you can see, yung turo natin pang college na talaga, no? Yan po yung parang pang elementary na high school. So, yeah, thank you so much. And don't forget to comment what you have learned today and your suggestion and feedbacks. Thank you so much and mabuhay kayong lahat.